July 12, 2020. Been a while since I made a video, but I wanted to make a video about um, some of the planets that are around the sun and the earth. There are some planets around the sun. One, there was a video on the internet that mentioned that it was like maybe had a different shape to it, which matched the shape of like a horseshoe kind of. So maybe it's lighted up that way, or it's actually shaped that way. But a while back there was another video that was made, and there was like horseshoe shaped, which they said was UFOs close by the sun, but it was like horseshoe shaped. So I think they're one and the same, and I just wanted to mention that. And I also wanted to mention that I was thinking about something, and I figured something out, and I saw it in the sky myself, and I just wanted to mention it. And what it is that solar panels that people have in their homes or fields of them on the ground are showing up in cloud envelopes around the stellar cores because of the heat and the moisture. Um, so if you see a square in the sky, a big one, it's a field of solar panels that are shining up there and making a square like cloud and a hole in it. If you see a circle one, it's the same thing. Um, and on people's homes, they can make it. They can look like triangles and all sorts of things like that. So if you look on the ground, there's a logical explanation for everything. If you look on the ground, you will see that on homes or on buildings or around pools, but you will see solar lights, or solar panels that are being used, and they will reflect into the clouds and the cloud envelopes of the stellar cores and the energy they're absorbing, and you will see them there. So, because there's been a lot of um, videos that have been uploaded that are squares or triangles of holes in the clouds. So if you see a hole, it's more likely a solar panel light. So look on the ground below or on a home or something nearby, even lights around a pool or something. And that's what that will be, shining in the clouds, making holes and squares and triangles and rectangles and even spots. So, and then also I wanted to mention that depending on, they attract stellar cores, these big fields of solar panels and power stations and electric poles. So depending on the stellar core nearby, it can be dangerous because stellar cores can make very bad weather, and they can even shake electric poles and snap them in half. So depending on the depending on the stellar core that's nearby, so you have to be careful. But even those even the stellar cores that are floating around in your atmosphere, some are lower to the earth and then as they're smaller yet and have not risen up further in the atmosphere. And these smaller ones can get lighted areas on them from the energy they've absorbed. So you could actually see a real live planet, and not shaped in a circle, but just kind of in an oblong shape with lights on it. And these planets, when they're being formed, they don't form in a complete circle all the time. So sometimes they're longer and rectangle and whatnot. So, and they can move really fast because there's nothing blocking their way from moving. So if they're, you know, they can be straight and flat, they can be circle. Eventually they get into being round, but as they're small yet, they can be oblong. So, and you can see lighted areas on them because of the energy they've absorbed. It can even have spots, that match a pool nearby, or a panel, like it could have a square on it because of the absorbing heat energy into the matter it's making on it. So it can have squares on it. So these stellar cores can have squares on them and holes on them for like from or spots on them or things made from the energy they absorb. So something to keep in mind when you see spots um, like with lighted areas in the sky on something that's just sitting there. Stellar cores will sit for a long time absorbing energy and they won't move. And also, if they do decide to move, they move very fast. Within seconds, they can be, clear across around the Earth. There's nothing else in the way. So it's just air there, so there's nothing holding it back from going very fast. So I just wanted to mention that, and And that's all.